Hi, I'm JohnE McCray. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Latitude 64, Dynamic Disc, Westside Disc, Dynamite Disc, Above Gravity, Circle One Productions, Paragon Disc Golf, Cali Connection, and my favorite frozen treat is a fudgicle, a fudge popsicle.
McCray's drive is off, and it looks very nice here on hole number 1. This is the regular hole number 9. McCray in the lead by 3 strokes over Ken Climo and 2 others that are joining him on the card here today.
Hi, I'm Ken Climo. Sponsors are Innova Champion Discs, Keen Shoes, and Cloud9 Disc Golf. My favorite frozen treat is Italian Ice Lemon.
Looking for a little bit of turn, a little bit more turnover. However, that should be a good shot for Kenny.
Hi, I'm Charlie Goodpasture. I'm sponsored by Sun King Discs, Above Gravity, Grip It TV, and Cloud9 Disc Golf. My favorite frozen treat would have to be mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's pretty delicious. I can eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all 3.
Charlie's shot is low. That may burn out once he gets over the second tier. Charlie also sitting at 111 after round 2.
Hi, I'm Calvin Heimburg from Safety Harbor, Florida. I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Innova Champion Discs, and my favorite frozen treat would be ice cream cake.
And Calvin's is on the left-hand side. He needed a little bit more turnover on that as well. Cam Lincoln, 5th to tee.
My name's Cam Lincoln, and I'm sponsored by DGA Disc Golf. My favorite frozen treat is chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
And Cam with a smash, as Climo puts it. It's going to finish left. However, very nice looking shot here. There's your tee shots here on the final 9. Charlie going up the hill here, 630 feet, and he's just past the basket. Kenny's going up and over, however he's short, and he's going to be in the middle of the trees. Kelvin also going up and over, and he's come up just a bit short. And Cam's shot hits the trees in front of him and falls directly to the ground. After throwing his giant on the first hole, Johnny's approach is just a bit deep, but puttable. After throwing his giant on the first hole, Johnny's approach is just a bit deep. Cam's third shot gets a good bank. He's looking at a par 4 from there. Kenny with a perfect third shot. And Calvin's straddle from 22 feet for birdie is in. Cam is in for his par 4. After finding some challenging footing, Charlie is in for birdie 3. We're going to see a birdie 3 here from JohnE McCray in just a moment. And Johnny, no problems, and Kenny will tap in for his par 4. 1 down with 8 to go. This is throw down the mountain 3. JohnE McCray going at it. He's looking for a little bit of skip there. And sure enough, he's within 10 feet.
Nice, Johnny.
Charlie needs some drop on that, otherwise he's going to be long and right. And he's done just that. Looked like a rock of sorts. Calvin throwing a KC rock, and it's moving toward the basket. And Climo throwing a rock as well, however, not enough turn. And Cam throwing a breaker. It looks to be, needs to put on the brakes, and he is just a bit deep. From just shy of 50, Climo is up and over the top. After some serious consideration, looks like Charlie's going with a forehand and just misses the basket. Cam's shot was on a very good line, unfortunately just a little too much power. We are now experiencing some of the biggest winds we've felt all weekend, just a light breeze, but off the top and a gnarly roll. Not exactly what Cam was looking for there. And just off the front of the rim, an interesting fact, Cam's brother Ryan is a integral part of the Sun King crew as well as the tournament staff. He was in view just moments before Cam threw that putt. Here we have Kelvin Heimburg. And as expected, Kelvin makes good. He started out hot yesterday, and he has started birdie here today. Charlie Goodpasture will have this left for his par attempt. And Charlie makes good on his par. Unfortunate rollaway is going to cost Ryan at least a bogey here. Meanwhile, JohnE McCray is less than 8 feet from the pin. This will be Climo for his par 3. Interestingly enough, Climo said he went 1 over on this hole for the weekend, so although it is considered one of the easier birdie holes, he actually took a par and a bogey in the first 2 rounds. And left to clean it up and take his second birdie in as many holes as JohnE McCray. 2 down after 2 holes and extends his lead. The third hole of the final 9 is regular hole number 3.
Oh, nice shot, Johnny.
Measuring in at 540 feet. Dog leg left, straight up the hill. Kelvin's looking for a little turn. Very nice looking shot by Charlie. You want to come up just short of that far wall. looks to be short and left.
Yeah.
And Cam Lincoln looks to have thrown a perfect shot. He wants to land exactly where he did. That should set up nicely to go after the birdie 3. Climo looking to get onto the path, which is perfectly played. Charlie threw a Thunderbird off the tee, and this is a destroyer approach. He's going to be wide right, but he'll have a look at it. And Kelvin's shot is low, but does get a good kick into the center of the fairway. McCray with a shot up and to the left.
It's like a flat runner. Get in.
Nice shot by Cam Lincoln, who threw a torrent. Kenny throwing a rock to the pin. And right underneath the pin. Charlie's birdie is up and just short. Beautiful putt for 3. That's a birdie here by Cam Lincoln. Climo for a 4. He heard some kind of distraction, however, didn't affect the result.
Boom.
No problem for McCray, who starts out 3 birdies in 3 holes. Charlie will take a par 4, and Calvin will also take a par 4. Let's move on to the Safari 4 to 5. We have moved over here to our 4th hole of the final 9. JohnE McCray on the tee and catches something on the right-hand side. This is the first Safari hole that these gentlemen will be playing here today. It's actually regular hole 4 to regular hole 5. Hole 4 plays in at 380 feet. Hole 5 is 215 feet. They can take somewhat of a shortcut. And unfortunately, Kelvin has gotten hung up on the right-hand side as well. Cam made a great birdie putt on the previous hole and is trying to kill me. And he has thrown, in fact, as you can see, there is the basket for hole number 4, and that is a nearly perfect drive. He will be able to go up and over the mound and take the shortcut. Charlie Goodpasture with a good looking drive as well. He's going to have to contend with going over that mound to get over to hole number 5. And rarely do you see it, but Ken Climo, 5th to tee. Ken probably throwing a star katana. Kelvin's shot is coming in nicely and hits the tree. He's got to hope that does not roll out of bounds, and it very likely did. That fence is in fact OB. And Johnny, just from out of sight, throws a nearly perfect drive. He should be able to get up and down for a par 4 from there. Kenny kissing off a tree and going left. After throwing a champion turn off the tee, Charlie has a nice looking shot. Should be up and left of the pin. And Cam needs a little more height on that. He's going to be up and left of the pin. And as you can see here, Kelvin is taking his relief. Normally there is a 1 meter relief anytime you're out of bounds. However, there was a special provision this weekend, seeing that the out of bounds line is determined by a barbed wire fence. The players are actually granted up to 2 meters relief, which is 6 feet 6 inches. And good looking shot by Kelvin. McCray's third shot is just over 100 feet away, and he's within, and we see, I believe, Cam's shot come in as well, and that is rolling. Looks like they were both inadvertently throwing at the same time. That would be Cam's third shot. Although some may say I pounce like a kitten, I'm on the side of the hill here like a mountain goat, as we see Charlie Goodpasture approach to within a few feet. That was his third shot. Looks like he's going to be taking a par 4 here. Kenny is looking like he may lose a stroke to the group here. This is going to be his 4th shot, unless he can put this in from more than 80 feet uphill. He may be relinquishing a stroke to the group, and he's right underneath. Oh, and Cam catches a tree. However, it looks like it sits on the hillside. Kelvin puts in. If my math is correct, that might be a penalty 4 or penalty 5. One of the two. We will check the records here. JohnE McCray, however, looking to line up a 4 with this putt. And no problems for Johnny. He will not lose any strokes. He is on cruise control right now, sitting 3 down after 3 holes. Cam taps in, as will Climo and Goodpasture. That's our first safari hole, hole 4 to 5, measuring in at 580 feet. We're going to move over to hole number 10. They're playing regular hole 10 at 360 feet. And although he was pure most of the way, Johnny caught a late tree just to be able to get up and down from there. Goodpasture is lining up to go down the right-hand gap here. Charlie throwing a destroyer, however, it's a little high. However, he gets kind of lucky and he knows it. Throwing a PD. Oh, strike. It may be a destroyer. No, looks like a destroyer. Kelvin hits the tree in the center of the fairway. However, he gets a very good stop in that it does not carry far left or right. Cam throwing a Flex SP Hurricane, I believe. And I believe the crowd likes it. However, it seems to be rolling, and the crowd is watching it. And they give us a safe sign. Climo 5th to tee. And Climo throwing a beautiful shot.
Nice shot.
Straight up the center with a star katana. Kelvin going up the right-hand side. He's going to have a long putt for 3. Goodpasture said he was in disbelief that he had gotten that close. He's got a little work to do here for his 3 now. With his back to the hole, JohnE McCray is going to lay up nicely. He might be just a bit deep though. Kelvin with a pro move here of throwing the soft Annie up and to the left. And after throwing to nearly 20 feet away, unfortunately Cam's got up and rolled. And Climo's birdie is just left. Goodpasture was a little errant on his approach shot, which is kind of surprising. However, he makes up for it with a solid putt for 3. Kelvin, who is looking to take a bogey 4, actually birdied this hole in competition on Friday's opening round. And his bogey putt slides out to the side. He's going to relinquish 2 strokes to most of the group. JohnE McCray makes good. Kenny is in, so we have 4 threes, which are par, and he also has, we have 1 double bogey in Kelvin. We're through 5 holes. Let's throw down the mountain. And JohnE McCray here is teeing off on, is all the way down there. They are playing a safari hole from hole 11's tee to 13's pin. This measures in at 800 feet. Charlie throwing a Star Destroyer. And a very nice looking line there. It's very challenging here to get a good angle at the thrower. Climo with a very nice looking shot, a little turn. He's going to look for that just to finish left, and it's doing just that. Good looking shot by Ken Climo. As I look behind me, I see Ken's wife and daughter in the gallery. I'm not sure if they just showed up, but glad to see them. And Cam Lincoln puts a crush on this as well. Straight hyzer. Very nice shot.
Shot Cam.
Kelvin throwing a Star Destroyer has plenty of power here. And absolutely unleashing. That is traveling more than 500 feet, if not further downhill. Great shot by Kelvin Heimburg. Cam going with a hyzer shot out and around. He says it's a little too wide. It will not be in my view, unfortunately. And it's going to be wide right of the pin, he says. Kenny threw a Pro Destroyer off the tee. And he's going to have a look from the right-hand side. Kelvin's release is low with his rock.
Go.
Charlie's is fighting, and he's going to be there looking at a birdie 3. JohnE McCray with a gorgeous shot. Needs a little bit more leg, and he's going to have a tough putt from there. Cam with a very nice looking shot. And Kelvin's is just off the base of the basket. JohnE makes good, and his birdies continue. Very nice putt here by JohnE after get confirmation from fellow card mate that he marked his lie correctly. Climo makes good on his birdie.
Nice.
Charlie makes good on his birdie from within 10 feet. Kelvin will be taking a par 4. And Cam taps in. Just a few holes to go here. We're at the 2015 Throw Down the Mountain 3, presented by Sun King. McCray hits a tree on the left-hand side, however it carries forward. They're playing from hole 14 to 15's pin, measuring in at 670 feet. Goodpasture, I think, may have changed up his tune to One Direction. I'm not sure on the music call, but either way, it was a great drive. Certainly got him pumped for that nice Star Destroyer toss. Climo with his Eco Star Destroyer, Eco Star Katana. Very nice looking shot. Should set himself up nicely. Cam Lincoln to throw fourth. Cam with a very big hyzer out and around. Assuming it made the clearing, that looks to be a very nice shot. I think we're going to see a Star Destroyer throw here by Kelvin. And although it is a little tight, it does carry forward. We'll see where that places him. And McCray with a pro move by putting his long sleeves on before crawling up into the sawgrass. And Kelvin has found a way into this mountainside here, hillside. And with the definition of play it where it lies, the crowd loves. And everybody loves the effort there by Kelvin. Hopefully he can get out of there safely. That was one of the most dangerous and treacherous lies I've ever seen played here in my 20 plus years. Kenny going with a low skip shot, playing his Pro Destroyer up into the left. Hopefully he's getting enough D for it. Goodpasture with a good looking shot. Could have used a skip, however he's off the right hand side. Kelvin kicking back into the center of the fairway. And Johnny with a good looking shot. Kelvin looking for a little hyzer that needs to get up and left. We'll see where it places him. That's his third shot. Looks to be a very nice looking shot by Cam. We'll see how close he is. Charlie opting to go up and over. And it hits the hillside and rolls. He's going to have a long putt from there. Kenny with a rare forehand trying to put it in here. Nice shot. And McCray off the top of the basket for his putt.
Where you at, Cam?
And we just saw Cam's putt come in. Ken and Charlie discussing as to what can be moved. The branches are both dead and detached. So Charlie doing what he needs to do to get in here and get a good lie. Little course maintenance here by the champ. And just off the side of the rim. Cam had a long putt, which brought him to there. And the other four will all be tapping out. Just 2 to go. I throw down the mountain 3. We move over to hole 17, which is the regular hole. I should say this is our 8th hole of the finals, which is hole 17. 355 feet. McCray throwing what I believe is a mace mid-range. Looks like he's hung it to the right. Climo took the only 4 on the previous hole, which was considered a par. Charlie Goodpasture with a very nice looking shot. It's carrying a little bit right and then gets a kick to the right as well. Cam Lincoln to tee 4th. Lincoln looking for a little turn to the right, as long as it stays up top. And throwing a rock off to the left-hand side is Calvin. Calvin has approached, as well as Charlie Goodpasture. Calvin has carried all the way down to the mountainside on the left, so he was out of bounds. Group gave him a spot. He's already approached, like I said, and Goodpasture has just done the same. Johnny going... I'm not sure Johnny's exactly versed to where the basket was, because I think he was going the wrong direction. Climo for birdie. Just off the right-hand side.
Shingle in there.
And Cam's putt is just a bit right. We're going to see another turbo putt attempt by JohnE McCray here. And McCray's turbo putt is just over the basket. And McCray is in for bogey 4. He's still going to have a sizable lead going into the final hole. And Goodpasture's putt is in and out. And Goodpasture maintains composure very well as a very unfortunate spit. Cam Lincoln puts in. Calvin will put in for bogey 4, and Climo will put in for his par 3. One last hole here at Throwdown the Mountain. Final hole here at Throwdown the Mountain 3. Ken Climo throwing a very nice looking shot, turning over perfectly. He's gonna like that. And Cam Lincoln going big, looking for a lift. He said he was going for it. That was his hurricane. He's waiting on confirmation, and he's getting the safe sign from the crowd. No applause, but a safe sign. Johnny throwing his St. Pro, which seems to be turning over late. And the gallery is watching and giving him a safe sign. Charlie lining up with a rock. And that, if it fades gently, it'll be a great shot. And that seems to work just fine. Throwing a rock 3 will be Kelvin Heimburg. And unfortunately that is fading hard left. Those are your final tee shots here at Throwdown the Mountain 3. Kelvin was fortunate to come up short of the sawgrass here. He's going to lay up to the area and he'll have no problem being able to attack the green from there. Charlie with a good looking shot that's going to finish just left of the pin, looking at the birdie 3. McCray's found himself on the hillside here. He's going to just have a simple approach shot. He just needs to get up and down and take a 4 here. He's sitting on a 4 or 5 stroke lead, so nothing crazy. And Johnny's going to have an easy tap in to finish out his tournament. Calvin with an approach, a little rollout probably, we'll put him right next to the pin. Kenny with a very nice looking shot, just right at the pin. And with what could be one of the longest drives ever and staying inbounds is Cam Lincoln. He literally was straddling the OB line. Had he gone past that, he would have had to go to a drop zone. And unfortunately, the extra distance doesn't really help him, as he's going to have virtually a straight uphill throw from here. In this case, he can actually bring himself 1 meter in from the OB, which would put him away from the hole, but he could use the distance. And if that cut rolls and stops, he should be good. We'll see what the reaction is. And Cam with a 3 to close out his round. Great performance here by Cam Lincoln. Goodpasture's putt is left side, but in. Another solid performance, a birdie 3 to finish the round. Calvin finishes with a par 4. Climo will be next to putt. And there you have it. JohnE McCray, your champion. Huge gallery. We're going to catch up with Johnny in just a moment here.
I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We are here at Throwdown the Mountain 3, and it feels a little like deja vu because we're crowning the same champion, JohnE McCray, loud and clear for everyone. How does it feel?
Awesome. I mean, I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very excited about this, and it's going to be a great year for me, and I think it's going to be my best year ever.
Last year was arguably your best year ever, and it kicked off here by winning. This year, big things and beyond. Tell everyone what some of your plans are for 2015.
I got a list, and I'm gonna write it down. And no, we're gonna be traveling around, me and the wife again, and Gus, and doing the national tour and getting out there representing Florida and playing in the Open Division in Latitude 64. And I'm really happy to be with Latitude, and it's really I'm really excited for this year. It's gonna be amazing.
You had 3 strokes going into the finals over some of Florida's finest players, including Ken Climo, arguably the best of all time, and you immediately came out of the gates with 3 consecutive birdies just to get started. Were you thinking of letting down at any point, or what was your game plan?
Absolutely not. I was coming out to get it. You know, it's you gotta play good to beat those guys, and that was definitely the plan. After the not so good start to the tournament, I came out yesterday and really put it on, and played well. Only missed like I think 1 putt all of yesterday, and then today I came out firing, and I think it might have, I don't know, everybody else started to crumble a little bit here or there, and I kept plugging it, and luckily I pulled it out.
You got a lot of fans and a lot of support from here in Florida and now all over the country after touring around last year. What do you have to say to everyone as you're moving into this year?
Hi, Ian and Stacy, and I'd like to say thank you to everybody who put up any disc golfer, any time, any year. Thank you for supporting all of us. Without all of you, it makes it harder on us, so thank you all very much.
All right, well, there it is. That is JohnE McCray, the man. It's about time again, and JohnE McCray is your Brooksville champion here from the Throwdown the Mountain. I'm going to go in and give this guy a big hug because he gives them good. There's your champ. That's JohnE McCray.
God bless you all.
We'll catch you guys on the tour.